Change. Shit. I mean, with everything going on in the world, just overall, change is a big thing. Change is something that we struggle with. Change is something that we strive for. Change is something that we desire. I mean, the word itself scares the shit out of the majority of people. But why do we constantly yearn for change? I mean, is it in our DNA? Is it something about, transforming into something that we don't see or that we could see? I mean, I have a lot of different theories about change and stuff like that. But one thing that I do want to, talk about is a lot of people talk about they want change, but they doing this all day. But do they really want change? Or what is your expectation on the time frame of change? Are you looking for it to happen like tomorrow? Most people are. Change is something that you got to put work in. And I want to talk about, saying the length of time that change may occur. Now, I don't want to keep talking about the movement, and definitely want to talk about politics and stuff like that. But I just want to put a big picture or put things in a bigger picture. I talk about, or in my household, I talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. And to me, like, this is just a small portion of a bigger picture. And there's so much more to just the movement itself. I don't settle for whatever they throwing at me. What I use is, I don't care about breadcrumbs. Okay, don't give me breadcrumbs when I know that there's a loaf of bread right next door to that fucking breadcrumb. Like, you can't stroke me and pet me and be like, oh, I'm gonna give you this and I want you to just settle for that. That's not me. I'm sorry. I know my worth. I know my value. Now, just to, again, like I said, trying to put a bigger light on the issue of change, what I'm trying to say is we're looking to, how can I put this? Fuck it. We are looking to eradicate racism. We've been trying to do that shit for fucking years. Okay? Don't get me wrong. We are moving in the right direction. We are slowly, again, change. We are slowly making progress. Me personally, I don't know why it's taking so fucking long for it to happen, but that's just a whole nother rant. That's a whole nother day. Obviously, it's a very touchy subject. Obviously, you can tell I'm a Black male in America, so this do affect me. But I'm also numb to it because I've been living with this for so long. I can say now I'm starting to see a little bit of a change. My expectation of change when it comes down to something like this, honestly, I don't see it moving in the next 2 to 3 years. Everything they're doing now, taking down, statues and trying to change, I don't know if it's or is it Jackson? They're trying to take Jackson off the freaking dollar bill and put Prince Harriet Tubman. Listen, I'm not knocking it and stuff like that, but to me, that's breadcrumbs. That's saying like, hey, look what we're doing. We're trying to show, that we care about you. So be grateful for that. Fuck you. Sorry. That's something that I can't settle with. By you taking out these slave owners' statues that you idolized at one point and trying to change a dollar bill from one of the slave owners to a actual civil rights movement leader and stuff like that. Yo, by all means, that's in the right direction. That's awesome. But there's a bigger picture to this. Way bigger picture to this. And the reason why I use that subject to get my point across for change is because change needs to happen in a way that it makes a big impact. Regardless of who you are as a person, regardless of what's going on in the world, regardless over anything, if you want to make change, make sure you have the endurance to outlast whatever you're fighting for. Just like I talked about racism. Racism has been around way before my day and way before my parents' days and way before their days. I mean, not for nothing, racism is a part of our history. It's definitely a part of my history. Racism is a part of the world. Until we change the way that we think, not eliminating racism will just magically just make everything better. No. If we change the way that we think and how we view people, then we'd be moving in the right direction. But taking down these monuments that, not for nothing, it is a part of history. By trying to change a dollar bill from one slave owner to a movement to please a certain demographic, I don't know about y'all. To me, I call that breadcrumbs. We need to attack the source, and that's up here. Generation of systematic of being taught how to be a racism, or being taught to hate something that you don't even know why you hating. I mean, I could go on list on why certain things happen in the world and stuff like that. Again, I'm not here to be talking about racism or any type of political terms. I just want to make sure that you got my point. Now, the length of time that people have been trying to eradicate basic racism has been a long ass time. And don't get me wrong, it got better. Like, we live in 2020, and if my father, not my actual father, but obviously generations before me, if they didn't stand up and fight, I won't be able to do what the fuck I'm doing right now. So I appreciate everybody before me that went through the struggle. But they knew by giving their all and maybe their life to be able to create another life for another generation, that is creating change. Now, yes, I'm talking about change on a global scale, but let's back down to a smaller picture and let's talk about you. How do you create change within yourself? First of all, you got to identify what type of change you want. And if it's something that's superficial, then that's totally up to you. It's on you to get whatever you want to actually go for. Instead of doing this all day, how about you put that in action? How about find out what you truly want to become or what you want and become that person? Change is going to happen no matter what. Regardless if you in the driver's seat or somebody else, change is going to happen. I hope that you prefer that you change on your own dime and your own free will instead of being forced to change into something that you probably don't know what you're changing into. Listen, we all blessed with a gift, every last one of us. I don't know your gift. My gift, honestly, it's the power of the tongue and the way that I can process basic knowledge. I'm very gifted in just learning information and using my mouth to get what I want, or using my gift to elevate me in a place that people can hear me. Let's just use the proper way of speaking. But my gift, I've been running away from my gift for years, and I mean years. I learned just to be myself. There's gonna be people that like me, there's gonna be people that don't like me. There's gonna be people that don't even understand what the hell is going on. That's fine. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm here to live my life and don't hurt anybody in the process. And if anybody needs my help, by all means, I will give them my help. But I only help if I see that you're helping yourself. I know that'd be like, oh, that's something. No, that's not selfish. No. Once people realize that by giving people help without them helping themselves, you're just being a crutch. And don't get me wrong, there's certain people that may need help, just that initial jumpstart. But look at their track record. If they, whatever they're doing, if they're doing something to get towards their goal and they just need a boost, then yeah, help them. But then again, that kind of goes back to the statement what I just said. I don't help anybody without knowing that they're helping themselves. If somebody comes to me and say, Ty, I need help on weight loss, or I need help in basically my relationship. But they're not doing not a damn thing, and I mean not a damn thing about it. It's just talk. You have no desire to change the outcome of anything, whether it is a weight loss or basically your relationship. Now, let's talk about weight loss. If you come to me and say, Ty, I saw you on Facebook. I like what you got going on. Can I be a part of your program? Awesome, cool. There's a format that I go through, and it's all about questionnaires about your lifestyle. It has nothing to do with fitness. It's basically about your lifestyle, and it's about how you think. Are you committing to yourself, not to me? Because I tell anybody this, and if anybody tell me, when you walk through these doors, you're not committing to me. You're not committing to the studio. You're committing to yourself. Can you carve out a half an hour to an hour each day? It don't have to be every day. It don't have to be 3 times a week. I require 1 just to start off with. Can you commit yourself to at least an hour to an hour and a half? And if you can say yes, then we'll move on. I'll talk about, is there any distractions in your lifestyle? Meaning any alcohol, any drugs, women, men, what are you addicted to? TV, Facebook, cars, clothes. These are our key components about investing in yourself. Why? Because whatever addiction that you have, if that shit's stronger than your will to be healthy, then you will feed your addiction. You won't feed being healthy. So these are the things I need to know. And last but not least, are you motivated? Or do you need somebody to motivate you? Do you need an outside source to keep you going? Do you have somebody that you can rely on? Do you have a team? Are you married? Do you got kids? These are all important questions. I know you're like, why do I need to know all this? Because let me tell you everything why I just asked all these questions. Motivation is key. Self-key. Self-sabotage. Distraction. Making excuses. Putting everything above yourself. This is what we do in everyday life. But then we talk about, I want to get in shape. I want to lose 20 pounds, Ty, but I love going to McDonald's. I want to gain muscle, Ty, but I don't want to move up on weight. This is my favorite. I want to lose weight, but I don't want to lift weights because I think I'm going to get bulky. Or the most obvious one that a lot of people do, I definitely want to lose weight, but I hate cardio. And not for nothing, that's just a little stigma. You don't have to do cardio to lose weight. You just got to eat right. And that's something, if you don't know yet, Americans suck at. We suck at basic nutrition. Why? Because there's too much information about nutrition. There's one person tell you don't eat carbs. There's another person that tell you eat carbs. There's another person said eat high protein. Other person said don't eat high protein. Fat's good. Starch is bad. Leafy greens. Doing fasting, juicing, yada yada yada. Honestly, they all work. That's the shit. Sensory overload on information is devastation. If you want me to simplify that, too much of information would make you go insane. Simplify everything. Your plate needs to be like a rainbow. Make it colorful. It's that simple. Now, do you need protein? Protein is just a building block, people. It is just the major component in basically everything that you need to do. Okay? Whether you get high protein or low protein. Our body only can actually ingest or digest about 20% of freaking protein anyway. So if you have 200 and something grams of protein, the rest of it you literally shed out, so you don't really utilize it anyway. Carbohydrates. For a lot of people, carbohydrates actually mean fruits and vegetables. Yes, there are carbohydrates with the breads and pasta, but simple carbs, complex carbs. Don't need to go into details about that because this is not a segment about health and nutrition. This is all about change. Everything that I'm talking about, even that little skit, or not skit, but even in that explanation about, health and nutrition on somebody wanting to do something, but they're doing the complete opposite. I understand change is hard. Nobody said change is going to be easy. Think about it like a caterpillar going through its stages to be a butterfly. Do you know the struggle that caterpillar or that butterfly needs to go through to push out of the cocoon to actually be able to spread its wings? It's a whole process. If that butterfly does not push through that cocoon to allow the juices to go through his wings would never take off. It would never fly. It will be wrinkled. So the struggle, the actual boundaries, the obstacles that we all go through to emerge to be a, let's say, a butterfly, it is necessary because it makes us that much unique. Or in a sense of a butterfly, it allows you to fly. Change is literally important, people. Find out what you want to be, find out what you want to do, and don't be afraid to go through all the ups and downs. It's just going to make you stronger. Yeah, there's some ups and downs that we can definitely do without, but understand the process of change is just going to eliminate the weak. So if you have the endurance and the strength to go or to endure it, by all means, go ahead. It's just going to make you better. And time-wise, how long it takes, honestly, can't tell you that. Because just like in the beginning skip that I was just talking about racism has been around from, 400 something years, probably even more. And we're still dealing with it today. But I will tell you this, 400 years ago compared to now, I definitely pick now. Me being a person that I am today, 400 years ago, with what was going on back then, let's just say that my life expectancy would have been very short. So if you're looking for change, create your own change. Don't look for it to speed up. Don't look for it to be easy. Matter of fact, just erase the word easy out your vocabulary. If you're looking for change, if you want change, stop doing this and just apply yourself. I'm out.